The oceans cover more than 2/3 of the Earth's surface, yet much about them remains a mystery. Just below the surface hides a strange and magical world. Colorful, wonderful creatures waiting to be discovered. And share their secrets. This is Earth's last great frontier, and one of the most challenging places to explore. An environment as fragile as it is harsh and unforgiving for the animals that live here and struggle to survive. In this big blue world of oceans. For thousands of years, the mysteries of the ocean and its hidden creatures have inspired countless myths and legends. The fairy tales and folklore that evolved over human history have shaped humanity's greatest fears, religion, and popular cultures, even entire civilizations. On the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico, thousands of sinkholes called cenotes dot the landscape. Millions of years ago, the oceans were much higher than they are today. As coral reefs flourished, tiny coral polyps left behind layer upon layer of hard, white skeletons. Over time, the oceans receded and the skeletons were compacted into limestone, famous for the breathtaking caves that form as it dissolves in water. When the ceiling of the cave eventually collapses, it forms a cenote. Over time, the bottom fills with rainwater from underground rivers, which rests on top of denser seawater seeping in from the ocean. Long before we understood the science of cenotes, these freshwater sinkholes were practically and spiritually significant for the ancient Maya civilization. In a region without many rivers and lakes, cenotes were a reliable source of fresh water year-round, helping this civilization to grow and thrive for over 3,000 years. Cenotes were also believed to be the threshold between this world and the underworld, where mortals could contact the gods. In these sacred sites, the Maya left offerings for the rain god in the form of pottery, jewelry, and even human sacrifices. Today, cenotes are home to a variety of marine and freshwater animals. Fish like mojuras and Mexican mollies swim with small eels, and freshwater turtles through an extensive network of caves and passageways. Cenotes have even led to important scientific discoveries. 66 million years ago, a giant meteor collided with Earth, causing a mass extinction that killed off the dinosaurs. The location of impact was a mystery until researchers noticed a high density of cenotes in the shape of a circle. More recent satellite images confirmed that these cenotes outline the rim of this prehistoric crater. Although the meteor killed off the dinosaurs, other reptiles survived. Today, their descendants thrive in the cenotes, like this young Morelet's crocodile. The mangrove forest is another ecosystem steeped in folklore. Mangroves are home to thousands of species of marine and forest creatures, including many species of birds like kingfishers, herons, and egrets. In the Caribbean, flamingos get their color from feeding on algae and shrimp living among the mangrove's roots. Brazil has one of the largest coastlines sheltered by mangroves in the world. Here, locals believe that spirits living in the mangroves will inflict suffering on anyone who disturbs the environment. In the Sundarbans of Southeast Asia, a goddess protects the largest mangrove forest on Earth. While in Kenya, locals build shrines in mangrove forests and believe spirits bring death to those who cut down trees. These and other legends reveal a deep understanding of the importance of mangrove ecosystems. Mangroves protect coastal areas from erosion, storm surges, and tsunamis. They filter out pollutants and trap sediments from runoff, while their intricate root system provides ideal nursery grounds for juvenile fish. Mangrove forests also aid in the cycling and storage of carbon in coastal tropical ecosystems. On several islands in Indonesia, mangrove forests conceal the most legendary creatures of all. Dragons. Growing up to 10 feet long and weighing up to 150 pounds, Komodo dragons are the largest living lizards on Earth. As the top predators on these islands, they eat everything from deer and pigs to carrion and even large water buffalo. Komodo dragons hunt by ambushing their prey as it passes by. Using their powerful limbs, sharp claws, and serrated teeth to create huge, gaping wounds. The dragon's venom glands are packed with toxins and anticoagulants, which increase blood loss and quicken death. Komodo dragons routinely gorge themselves, eating up to 80% of their body weight at one time. Mating season begins with males wrestling each other for females and territory. Females aggressively fight back during courtship, so males have to restrain them while mating to prevent injuring themselves. Sometimes, Komodo dragons form monogamous pair bonds, a very uncommon behavior for lizards. In addition to sexual reproduction, females are able to reproduce by themselves, a process called parthenogenesis, although they are only able to produce male offspring in this manner. This ability likely evolved to enable a lone female to colonize a new area, first by producing male offspring on her own, and then by mating with them to produce both male and female offspring. When they are young, Komodo dragons live in the trees to stay away from predators and cannibalistic adults. As much as 10% of an adult dragon's diet consists of juvenile dragons. They take around 9 years to reach maturity and can live for up to 30 years. In some places, the dragons live alongside villagers, a relationship that is rooted in local legend. As the story goes, a princess on Komodo Island once gave birth to twins, a human boy and a dragon girl. But decided to raise them separately. Years later, while hunting, the boy saw a dragon in the woods and aimed to kill it. But the spirit of his deceased mother appeared and told him it was his sister. Humans and dragons are said to have coexisted peacefully ever since. most ubiquitous creature in human mythology is the whale. Since they spend much of their lives migrating, diving, or circling the poles, we knew little about whales until only recently. Nearly every coastal society throughout history has passed down stories about whales. Some believe they are gods or heavenly spirits that bring fortune and peace. In Vietnam, whales are so highly respected that when whales die, they hold a funeral for it. And according to ancient Chinese legend, the god of the seas was a huge whale with human limbs. But not all cultures think so highly of whales. Many others portray them as demons that destroy ships and swallow humans whole. The fin whale is the second largest animal on Earth. They weigh up to 160,000 pounds and can measure up to 90 feet long. According to a well-known tale from Icelandic lore, there was once a man who threw a stone at a fin whale. It hit the blowhole, causing the whale to burst, and the man was forbidden from going to sea for this act. Before his sentence was up, he returned to the sea and was killed by a whale. For the people of Iceland, this story is a reminder that misdeeds may be forgiven, but only after punishment has been served and remorse has been shown. Sharks are another storied species with a divergent reputation. None more so than the great white shark. No other animal triggers such terror and amazement as the shark. Long before scientists could study them, mythology was used to help early societies understand these complicated creatures. Most myths originated in coastal and island communities, where their dependence on the sea put them in close proximity to sharks. In the Marshall Islands, each tribe had its own sacred shark. If someone disrespected another tribe's shark, the tribes would go to war unless an apology was made. In native Hawaiian mythology, sharks were worshipped as deities, with 9 named shark gods in all. The people of Papua New Guinea thought that sharks were the reincarnation of departed ancestors, while the Solomon Islanders believed that sharks protected fishermen and swimmers. If the sharks needed to be appeased for some reason, they would do so with human sacrifices, tossing people, both dead and alive, into shark-infested waters. In more modern times, the perception of sharks has evolved to replace reverence with fear. It became popular to cast sharks as the villain in many works of fiction, especially the great white shark. Females are larger and can reach 20 feet in length, weigh over 4,000 pounds, and live to be over 70 years old. They feed on a wide variety of marine mammals, fish, sea turtles, and seabirds. Their favorite prey are animals with high levels of energy-rich fat. When hunting a sea lion, a great white shark will ambush it from below, striking its midsection before dragging it and eating it. Despite popular belief, great white sharks do not think humans resemble seals. Instead, bites usually happen when visibility is low and their senses are impaired. Sharks will test bite things before deciding to eat them or not. And since they typically prefer fat and protein-rich seals, humans may be too bony for their tastes, so they rarely go back for seconds. But an alternative theory has been proposed as to why this may be. It could be that humans are able to escape or get rescued shortly after the initial bite. And while fatalities have resulted from great white bites, sharks do not appear to intentionally target humans as prey. Our collective fear of the great white shark and its reputation as a man-eater is based largely on the many fictional stories told about them. Prior to the start of modern whaling in the late 1800s, blue whales were not well understood. Along with other large whales, they were considered to be sea monsters. In old Icelandic sagas, different whale species were imagined as being either good or evil. While evil whales would swallow entire boats full of fishermen, the blue whale was the protector of the fishing boats. It would circle a boat 3 times to warn the crew of danger before scaring away the evil whales. And if there were more than 3, the blue whale would explode, killing all the evil whales with it. Reaching up to 100 feet and 380,000 pounds, the blue whale is the largest animal to have ever lived on Earth. Its tongue alone weighs 6,000 pounds, and its mouth can hold up to 200,000 pounds of food and water. At birth, newborn calves weigh nearly 6,000 pounds. They drink 100 gallons of milk each day for 7 months, gaining as much as 200 pounds a day. An adult blue whale's heart weighs 400 pounds and can beat as few as 2 beats per minute when diving. This helps to conserve oxygen so they can stay underwater for longer periods. Like other baleen whales, the blue whale's diet comprises of tiny crustaceans called krill. To meet their daily energy requirements, they consume up to 8,000 pounds of krill per day. Blue whales gorge themselves in Antarctic waters before heading north to warmer waters near the equator to breed. The massive size of baleen whales evolved only 4.5 million years ago, when a change in Earth's climate caused krill and zooplankton populations to explode. Baleen whales were able to eat more than ever before, but they also had to work harder for it. Because these explosions of food happened seasonally, the whales had to migrate thousands of miles between food sources. Bigger baleen whales were better able to survive the long migrations, while smaller whales died out. These blue whales, and many other magnificent sea creatures, have come to mean different things to different people. For some, blue whales are a symbol of the ocean itself. Powerful and peaceful, beautiful and mysterious. Many cultures throughout the world share a deep sense of stewardship and a profound spiritual connection to the sea and its animals. The myths and legends they have passed down reflect a complex and sometimes contradictory relationship with the sea. Yet the simple truth is that life itself arose from the ocean. And though often overlooked, every living thing today depends on the ocean to sustain life on Earth. Regardless of language or latitude, tales of the sea must endure. For although the stories will change over time, our respect and awe for this world of oceans and its creatures should never fade.